Open Stage would like to acknowledge the Susquehannock peoples, upon whose unceded land we produce this show. Open Stage commits to the work of dismantling the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and the exclusions and erasures of many indigenous peoples that continue today. At Open Stage, we also believe that Black Lives Matter, and you should too. That belief starts with acknowledging plainly how the systems we depend on often operate as if they don't. We at Open Stage proudly stand united with Black people and communities of color during this movement of unrest and uprising. This show is brought to you by Open Stage, a professional theater company. Check out Open Stage's complete list of shows, all of which are offered completely free this season at openstagehbg.com. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like life, I'll rise.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless.
And now, give it up for the host of Black NewsBeat, Dr. Kimeka Campbell!
August was our month off, and wow, it was a very packed month to be off, but we did everything that month. We talked about it last show, and we were at Hurston Manor last show, and we are back at Open Stage tonight. Open Stage is our home. So thank you guys for all coming to our house. Don't touch nothing, don't break nothing, all right? But you can talk back as much as you want in the house. So the audience is looking quite nice this evening. Y'all look good. And make sure you make enough noise so that everybody hears you. And don't be afraid. I want to say this again, because people get real timid. Do not be afraid to talk back at all. I'm serious. You can shout things out. I love that. So go ahead and do that for me. Okay. So we have a packed show. So I'm going to zoom through. I already talk fast. So I'm going to zoom through this first part so we can get to the good stuff. All of it's good, but the show's pretty great tonight. We have amazing guests tonight. Everything's happening. But first, we got some folks to talk about. We have folks to introduce you to who help us make this show great. Gibby's here. Hey. Yeah. Hi, Basir. Hey. That's husband. Hi, John. John's on sound. Basir, I say he's on the ones and twos, but that's a DJ term, and that's not right. Yanni's here. Yanni be coordinated. So funny story, I told Yanni, I was like, all right, at 5 till, come get me. But she heard that I wanted a drink, so she went to the bar and told Morgan that I wanted a 5 till. And Morgan was like, she wants a what? Morgan said she wants a what? She usually drinks white wine, so it was very funny. And then we have a plethora of amazing folks. Morgan's out helping us at the bar. Hi, Morgan. Bree is over here. Bree makes these very fancy little cards for me and helps me with generally being awesome on the show. And we have just a wonderful thing. Tonight we're recording, so what we want you to do on Friday when you see the show go up, will you share the stream? Yeah. You gotta share that for us. Make sure that more people see these amazing interviews we're about to do, the amazing art that's about to happen, the amazing music that's about to be showcased here. Y'all got to share. And y'all, but again, y'all showed up too, so I'm with that. I'm with all of that. Okay, so let's check in. How are y'all? Yeah, we're okay? I'm okay. I had a weird day. It started with diversity training that always gets me a little riled up. I'm like, oh, with diversity training, in Central Pennsylvania, it's a lot going on. So that was interesting. But today actually is an ode to my first career in Central Pennsylvania. Today is National IT Professionals Day. Did y'all know that? Yes, IT professionals. Anybody in the audience work in IT at all? Crickets, I know. Who? Oh, we do have some? Yes! Perfect. We have a couple other people too. Dwayne had to leave, but shout out to Dwayne, who works in a lot of different information technology spaces as well. But I have to tell y'all a story. When I first came to Central Pennsylvania, I was a department secretary at what is now UPMC Pinnacle, and I got my first job in Central Pennsylvania as an IT trainer. And I trained over 2,000 people, over 30 departments in 4 years up on new systems, and I got the best experience of my life. So if you are looking for a profession, I suggest IT, okay? And it's good money, all right? And additionally, I sit on the Next Gen IT Partnership, which is a partnership that has professionals and leaders from all over Central Pennsylvania who are working to fill the IT jobs gaps in the region. Do you know how many IT jobs sit open every single month in the region? Okay, guess. How many? 2,000. That's a good number. How many? Anybody else? Too many is exactly right. 600? All right, so it's actually somewhere between 600 and 2,000. It's about 1,500 jobs every month. So, and that's a lot of jobs, and those are a lot of good paying jobs. And so our group has started apprentice programs. We have done trainings around IT. We also train on diversity in IT, which is part of what I'm responsible for with our partnership. And it has been a really excellent experience making sure that we get our diverse populations aware of the amazing opportunities that are available in IT. There are amazing opportunities available, and I need you to know this. I need you to know this, and if you have questions about that, let me know. If you're looking, or if you know a friend's looking, today is National IT Professionals Day, so I'm here to answer your questions, okay? All right, well, that's fun. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about also was we have, in addition to having National IT, YPOC has a jobs board. So if you're not a member, which I'll mention a couple times on the show, join YPOC and learn about the very awesome jobs. Shout out to Elise, who's here. She's our Chief Administrative Officer for Young Professionals of Color. So if you are not on the YPOC app, you're missing out on all the great opportunities that could be there for your next big move, your next supportive community. That's us. Come and join us. We have something great for each and every person who joins us. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we are going to start expanding tonight, so you'll get some more information on that. And so we have a really great show tonight. All right. Hold on, let me get my props. Oh, Lord, I left it in the back. That's okay. I need someone to go get my flyer from the back. It's in the dressing room, if you hear that.
The flyer?
Yup.
Yeah.
So I need that flyer because it's very important. We're going to get the flyers, but I didn't dress them right. I need somebody to get it. So tonight we have some great guests. We have Justice Maddox is here. Thank you, babe. We also have Aisha Mobley's here. Wait till y'all hear about the work they're doing. Amazing. And one of my favorite people on earth, who was one of our Juneteenth chairs, Leslie Avila is here. Yeah. And then tonight, we have some special guests who are gracing the stage to give us a little hip-hop in Harrisburg prelude. Ooh, yeah, that's what I said. So, I'm going to get this wrong, but let's try it. Swamp Rat's here. Sir Dominique Jordan is here. And Loe Badgett's here. All right. I want to make sure I got it right. So what is cool about this is I got to see Swamp Rat and friends at, did you guys go to the Fringe Festival? Yes. If you didn't go to Fringe Festival, you missed a time. And these artists showed out on the stage. They were at Narcisse, and they will be back at Narcisse. And we're going to mention this a few times so you get there. Here's the thing. They're going to be at Narcisse on the 30th. Y'all should come. Yeah.
312 Chestnut Street.
That's right, 312 Chestnut Street. Frank, shout out to Frank Hanley. Oh, wait a minute, we got that shout out to do. Okay, so we heard And we did it the last show, but he's here tonight. We heard that somebody who is a showrunner and producer of the show rocked it as Dr. Faustus in Dr. Faustus. Give it up for Gib. So, Frank produced Dr. Faustus at the first Black-owned theater in Harrisburg, which is Narcisse Theater, and yours truly here, not me truly, him truly, was the lead, Dr. Faustus, and everyone who saw the show was like, oh, that kid, he can really act. He can really act. So if you...
Yo, what's up with that weird beard?
So he comes out one day, and he like popped into happy hour last month, and he was like, for YPOC, and I'm like, okay, sexy, you got a new beard? It was like black, and it was very not Gib, so it was very funny. So, but congratulations, Gib. We heard you did a great job.
Oh, thank you so much.
So Gib is one of my favorite people in the world. I always tell the story. Gib is the reason why the show exists. One day he said, you should have your own show. And I said, what will I talk about? And now we have an hour-long show. So I've actually condensed that story. I'm very proud of myself for getting it into a shorter format. And the other thing that we're going to be celebrating tonight, we are 4 days into Hispanic Heritage Month. Yeah. And while I thought I had done my research, we have two guests that will be here tonight who will be representing our Latino population here in the city that serves people in the city. So I can't wait for you to hear from these guests. But first, we have to go through some current events, honey, because things keep happening every time you leave me. Things happen. So let's sweep these streets. Let's see what's going on in Harrisburg and the nation. We'll see. Well, things keep happening. The first thing that kept happening over and over and over again was Pennsylvania. Did it become one giant escape room? Yeah, right. I'm not sure if you have noticed, and I'm not sure how many of you follow local and national news, but I'm here to bring you the spotlight, or maybe I should say searchlights. Yes, folks. Has anyone noticed the recent rash of apprehended individuals escaping prison and law enforcement here in Pennsylvania? Here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we all noticed it.
We all noticed it. Yeah. Why has this become a trend? Perhaps there's a need for further training? How are they letting these people get away? This year alone, there have been 5 recorded individuals escaped, causing fear and panic for residents throughout communities across our state. Plus, we just had, I think it was like 9 juveniles escape from the juvenile center right around here. Yep. Very interesting. They also just got apprehended. So why has this become a trend? We're not sure. This year alone, we've had this many different folks in these communities, but the most notorious one has been the convicted murderer, Danilo Cavalcante, who managed to escape a maximum security prison by scaling a wall parkour style. Did y'all see? It was pretty impressive, I'm gonna just say. I mean, if I wanted to take training classes to get out of a precarious situation, I would hire this guy. All right. So he escaped, right? Maximum security, which is crazy. And he eluded authorities in southeastern Pennsylvania for 13 days. After an intense search, Cavalcante was finally caught, which allowed a small community outside of Philly to breathe a sigh of relief. And we're here at Black News Beat, we here at the Black News Beat will be the first to tell you the irony of Cavalcante donning a stolen Philadelphia Eagles hoodie is not lost on us, as the national bird actually represents freedom. Woo, shout out to the writers for that one, because I laughed all day when I read that one. I just laughed. So yes, because he definitely had and it's funny because Paul Hood, shout out to Paul, is one of the writers on the show, and he is a huge Eagles fan. Every Sunday when we have writers room, he's like, go Birds. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but all right. Also, as we already discussed, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. So it's, one more time, it is Hispanic Heritage Month! The celebration officially started on September 15th, hosted by the Latino Hispanic American Community Center. The Hispanic Heritage Festival here in Harrisburg provided those in our Hispanic communities plenty to partake in. Did anybody go? Okay, well, y'all gotta go next year. What y'all doing? It was real fun. filled with food and music. It's the food for me, okay? This is the one time a year I can find 92 different types of empanadas, and I'm very happy about it. All right? Not the regular one person who be like outside on 2nd Street at 2 a.m. Not that person. Not that I don't love you. I'm just saying it's always a wild ride at 2 a.m. Okay. So filled with food and music, Latin residents took to the streets in celebration. Plenty of vendors participated, and there was even a competitive chess match. Yeah, it was a beautiful day on the Hill. The weather was gorgeous, and a positive way to jumpstart a month where we honor our vibrant Latino population. Later this month, be sure to check out the 2023 Pennsylvania Latino Convention at the Harrisburg Hilton on September 20th to the 22nd. The two-day event includes a panel discussion, workshops, and a gala. Woo, it's sure to be very lit. I've gone to the Latino Ball a couple times in a row. First of all, who has gone to the Latino Ball? Wow. I need y'all to this is when Paul would say, oh, there's nothing to do in Harrisburg. There's plenty to do in Harrisburg. Latino Ball is amazing. One of the best features of Latino Ball, besides the open bar, is the entertainment. Your ticket comes with an open bar, and people dress down. Do you understand what I'm saying? They look like all the money. It's amazing. You know what Cardi B said? I look like money. Put my face on $1. She said that was all the Latino folks here. And also, my favorite feature, and I should have brought one tonight, they have the best auction I have seen. The silent auction, amazing. I got 2 Coach bags there for like $60 each one year. It was very nice. Y'all should go. They have really great stuff. And the dancing. Okay, and then you get down. Then you have to get down to all the amazing music. It's a wonderful time. So anyway, if you don't have your ticket, you should go. What else? Yes, I don't know what that means, but yes. What they said. It is a what? Period. And twerk. Oh, y'all. So you mean to tell me you waited till now to teach me how to say twerk and lit in Spanish? Rude. Okay. Ooh, that sounds really sexy. And we're going to Latino Ball. I want to see all y'all there. All right. So after that, if you tear it down, will they come? There's been some drama in Harrisburg around this one. And now, after many years of sitting dormant and unoccupied since 2011, years after proposal after proposal, along with a roundtable discussion filled with hopeful ideas and even a few announcements about possible redevelopment, it seems that Harrisburg School District is finally ready to demolish the old William Penn building. Yeah. Honey, if you didn't go to that meeting last week, it was off the chain. That's an old saying for those of you under 25. You might not know what that means. But baby, they was in there cussing, fussing, and just doing the most. It was very interesting. And what I noticed about that meeting is that, contrary to popular belief, folks were really interested in preserving the nostalgia. And I think that has a very important part in the city. Because William Penn High School, that building, was built in 1926. That means it's almost 100 years old. And so folks throughout generations have gone to that school. They can cite their parents going to that school. They can cite their grandparents going to that school, graduating from that school, from that building in particular. And as a place and space person who likes to explore what place and space means to people, I understand that. So it was interesting. But let me tell you, y'all, I went to the town hall, I sure did, and things became rather passionate during talks about what the public would like to see happen with the historic building. Aside from the frustration with Harrisburg's seemingly stubborn aversion to urban development, one of the public's main concerns is cost. Do you know how much it's going to cost to tear that building down? No. Over $7 million. And that's just to tear it down. That's not to redevelop the building. That's not to redevelop the space. That's just to take it down. And so folks had a higher virtue to that. They wanted to know, and I think it's a good question, what can we do with that space without tearing the building down? What could happen? Yes. Shout out to Tariq Castile, who he gave a very different narrative. So they did this like 75-slide PowerPoint, which everybody was bored during. And they were like, look at the molding, it's broken, and look at this. And Tariq Castile came up and he said, listen, the foundation and the bones of this building are amazing. And if they would give the people in this community a chance and give them a real voice to help decide what happens with this building, we could do something great. And I shout out to you, Tariq, that was amazing. So being there for that was interesting. If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see the clip that I got of Kia Hansard addressing the issue. The other thing, too, was what I thought was interesting. It was a very full house for that school board meeting. Very full house. There were 200 people there, at least, right? Oh, we're clapping. But Kia had a good question. Where was everybody at when the building closed? She wanted to know, too, and so did I. Now, I was working. I was busy. Oh, work there. Oh, you were working there at the time. Uh-huh. So there was a lot of questions about why now, and I have partially the answer. When we don't say invest in what's happening in these spaces, right? When we don't say on people about what's happening in these spaces, we can fall out of information. We can fall out of knowledge. And then when it's too late, when they're getting ready to tear the building down, now we are causing an uproar. We need to stay invested every step of the way. So I just want to echo what Kia said, that at that time, we need to stay invested because folks cannot ignore you if you are there helping to bring that historical and cultural perspective to why that building should be torn down and why it is important to preserve that history. So, stay invested. Yeah. So, the question is, what should we do with that William Penn building? So, I want you to write to your school board, talk to your superintendent, he's accessible. Talk to the folks and the leaders in the district, they're accessible. And if you feel like they're not accessible, just call me. I can help you with that. All right. Yes. They're going to see this and be like, oh, that Kimeka, here she go. Yep, here I go. So another great thing that's happening in Harrisburg, it is Restaurant Week. Did y'all know that? Yeah. 3 people are clapping. Y'all did not know it was Restaurant Week at all. What? Oh, very nice. Harrisburg Restaurant Week is going on right now. Actually, Yanni and I were at Cafe Fresco last night for their 4 for 44, and boy, did we leave with the itis. Woo! Especially Yanni. Yanni was laid out for a while, but the food was delicious. We got back inside of my couch and we're like, what did we do? What did we do? But we had a...
Sammy's for their 4 for 4?
Yes.
Oh,
amazing. Where were you?
Sammy's Italian.
Sammy's Italian. Yes, they're really good too. And there are a couple other restaurants participating. You can look up on Harrisburg's Restaurant Week online to see all the restaurants participating. I know Cafe Fresco because we were there. Crawdaddy's, one of my other faves. Mad Moose Tavern, formerly Midtown Tavern. And Millworks, to name a few. Also, Millworks Restaurant Week is amazing. Really good. Yes?
Is there anything you recommend specifically after this show?
Oh, I do. Absolutely. I highly recommend you'll be out after the show. Cafe Fresco is right around the corner. Crawdaddy's is up not far. It's about a mile from here. And their set menus for Restaurant Week are delicious.
Crawdaddy's like crawfish?
Like Crawdaddy's, like Louisiana style, brought to Harrisburg. Sold. So, yes. So get out there, experience that. Very good. Their food is good on a regular day. So it would be good on a Restaurant Week day because it's a set menu. So I'm all for that. So like our friend here is going to do, get out on the town and continue to support your favorite eateries, especially coming out of the pandemic. A lot of these restaurants survived the pandemic and we need to support them. Half of y'all are like, well, I ain't got no money to do that. Understood, right? Because it is expensive to eat out. What I suggest is going, get an appetizer or two, hang out, go for happy hour, cheaper drinks, cheaper foods, and enjoy. All right. So for more info on lunch and dinner offerings, you can find information listed at harrisburgrestaurantweek.com. harrisburgrestaurantweek.com. All right. Well, check that out. Now we're moving on to media and melanin, which is one of my favorite segments of the show. So in a jaw-dropping move that has left many of us utterly flabbergasted, Sean Puffy Combs, the music mogul, infamous for his business acumen, has decided to return publishing rights to some of his former artists. All right, wait. Hold the applause. I don't know. It seems that Mr. Combs is channeling his mother, Teresa. But let's see. Let's not forget that this act of generosity is coming from the man who built a multi-million-dollar empire on the backs of artists while happily pocketing their publishing royalties for years, for decades. Is that a lie? You didn't like that about Puffy? It's a true shocker that he is now playing the benevolent benefactor. To put this in perspective, Bad Boy Records, founded by Combs, has a track record that is nothing short of spectacular, and by spectacular, we mean financially lucrative. With an estimated net worth of over $850 million, it is clear that Puffy's penchant for business has paid off handsomely. Now, the statistics don't lie. Bad Boy Records, under Combs' keen guidance, has generated billions in revenue, selling over 400 million records worldwide. But let's not get it twisted. This was no altruistic endeavor. It was a masterclass in capitalizing on the talents of artists who might not be reaping the rewards, reaping the rewards of their hard work. Might is the operative word here. So, as we applaud Mr. Combs for his sudden bout of conscience, let's not forget the decades, and I do mean decades, of wheeling and dealing that built his empire. It is a lesson in how the music industry can be a cutthroat business where even the most successful artists can find themselves at the mercy of a bottom line. Bravo, Puffy, for this surprising act of magnanimity. We are also touched. On to another important thing that's happening in media. The recent writer's strike in Hollywood has cast a shadow over the entertainment industry, exposing a disheartening lack of solidarity among some prominent figures. Notably, figures like Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher have chosen to disregard the picket lines and resume production of their shows despite the collective call for fair treatment of writers. Now, Drew is interesting because Drew, she was lauded by the SAG-AFTRA, which is the Actors Guild, the Actors Union, but she was impugned by the Writers Guild Association. So she has since, we wrote this, decided not to start her show back, which I find very interesting. So that pressure, that pressure, listen, union workers strong, workers united, all of that. We're all about that here. He also, I think as of yesterday, he may not have, but of today, he might have. So I think he also backed off. A lot of people who were bringing their shows back are not bringing those shows back. And there are some fine lines. If the show was previously supported by union workers, the show is technically not allowed to come back. Like if they hired unionized workers to do the work, which Drew Barrymore's show did, which Bill Maher's show did. Some other shows, though, did not, like Jennifer Hudson and Tamron Hall. So they might still be coming back, but the bad press is scaring a lot of people off. So the writer's strike is not a capricious demand for more, but a plea for fair compensation and acknowledgement of the invaluable contributions writers make to the industry. It is a fight for the recognition of their integral role in shaping the narratives that captivate audiences worldwide. The big thing, and I think everybody knows this, the big hinge pin is what? Anybody know? AI. The dreaded AI. Ooh, the boogeyman. So AI has been made into a boogeyman. Yeah. Because listen, AI, not only can AI suck sometimes. So I have been delving into this myself because I wanted to know what the hype was all about. And AI is only as smart as the user, to be very clear. And so you can put things into AI, it's gonna lie to you, it's gonna tell you stories. But if you don't have a seasoned writer, a seasoned user who understands what AI is doing, you're gonna get nonsense. So even if a company thinks they can replace writers with AI, which is what a lot of writers have been pointing out, you know, the idea making is the important part. The idea making is what makes writers big in this business. They are the idea makers. And so what they don't want ChatGPT to do is replace them as the idea makers. They want to be able to generate those ideas. And I agree, they should be able to generate those ideas. Because listen, for the most part, if you're using a generative prompt text service to do this, you're going to be regenerating old ideas. And to me, the human mind is the best place to regenerate new, fresh, wonderful ideas. So yeah. All right. As the strike continues, it is crucial for those in positions of influence to stand in solidarity with striking writers. The entertainment industry thrives on collaboration, and it's high time that all parties involved are treated with the respect and compensation they rightly deserve. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. We had a lot of other things happen that I thought were very interesting, but we're going to save this for another time because we got to get to the good people, all right? So my next favorite segment is, there's nothing to do in Harrisburg or upcoming events. So we have had, so I always like to mention here, this show is a partnership between Young Professionals of Color Greater Harrisburg and Open Stage, where you are tonight. Shout out to Stewart, who is the head dramatic person in charge, for making this a welcoming space for us, and for Gibby and Bree and all of the staff here for making sure that we get to be here and exist in this space. Is Patty here? Who was working? Finn's house managing tonight. So shout out to Finn. Sorry, Finn, I forgot. So we love it here, and we're very grateful that we can be here. So for a couple of upcoming events, for YPOC, we have happy hour coming up at the last Thursday of this month. You should join us. And guess where it will be? Hurston Manor. Y'all are like, Hurston Manor? What's that? Hurston Manor is the Young Professionals of Color house. So you should come and hang out with us. We're there from 5 to 7. We usually stay a little later because we're having so much fun. So we welcome our new members. We welcome old members. We talk about what YPOC does and how you can get involved. We also just had our committee party. We had 7 or 8 people show up. Committee party is literally a little tea party where we talk about any committee you could join with YPOC. So there's a lot of great things happening. I like to shout out our Adopt a Classroom program as well. We are raising money to support our teachers in the Harrisburg School District. That is still ongoing. We're going to be having the form up for our teachers coming this month so they can apply for those $100 to $500 grants and help bring some awesome programming to their classrooms. Yeah. Coming up here at Open Stage, The Exorcist opens on October 7th. And what is Odyssey? Huh? What was it? Odyssey what? Space Odyssey just closed. Yes.
David Bowie just closed.
David Bowie Space Odyssey just closed, and it got rave reviews. So if you missed that, you missed it. And then we also have EFF Live. Anybody know what EFF stands for? Erotic fan fiction. And yours truly will be reading, so I'm very excited. And last but definitely not least, hold on, let me make sure I get this back up here. Hold on. Get the other flyer up. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hip hop in Harrisburg. Did we talk about this? Yeah, we're going to talk about it again. So on September 30th, your friends who are here in the audience, you can hear from in a few moments, Loe Badgett, also a Reef Hustle from HBG, and Loe Badgett also from HBG, Laddie Moran, Lancaster, Shaw Calhoun, DC, look at us being regional, okay, and Sir Dominique Jordan, Lancaster, and Swamp Rat, HBG, are all, first of all, I just want to see how good looking everyone is. You see that? See how cute they are? Everybody's cute. Everybody's cute. Yeah. I want you guys to support this. We talk a lot about how we don't have a music scene here. We have a really huge music scene here, actually. And they're just a great compliment to that, especially that they're bringing this hip-hop vibe. So please support that. September 30th, advance $10, $15 at the door. That is nothing. Come and enjoy. 7 o'clock on September 30th at Narcissus Theater. Again, Narcissus Theater is 312 Chestnut Street, right here in Harrisburg. Yeah. Well, we got through the first segment. Wow, look at us. And now we get to the good part. We'll be right back with our guests. Don't go nowhere. Y'all having fun? Yeah. All right. We'll be right back with our first guest. Back with our first guest, and I am very, very honored to have you here, Miss Jess Maddox. Yeah. All right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You look well. You look amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
And we are here to first I want you to tell us about you, and then we're going to get into talking about your work. So tell us about you and why we are talking to you tonight.
Well, I'm Justice, and we're here today to talk about human trafficking. We work with youth that's been trafficked in our community. Harrisburg is, one of the highest number in Lancaster as well. We run neck and neck with. So I'm here to talk about what we do with our kiddos that we find in our community, our black and brown children that we find in our community that has been trafficked.
Wow.
So that's why I'm here.
And so, so that's my first question is, can you share the latest statistics and trends regarding youth trafficking in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Lancaster? And what do these numbers reveal about the scope and severity of the issue?
We don't have true numbers when you say as far as statistics because it's unidentified. So the number is not a true number. The numbers that I'm going to give you today is what we have done for this year.
Right.
So the capture of at least 10 children from Lancaster and about 6 from Harrisburg. And that's just a small number.
Wow.
But it's many numbers that is unidentified because some of them are homeless.
Right.
And we can't keep a good or a correct number with the kids that we find in their community.
Yeah.
And it's right in front of our nose. It's right on your front door. It's not no longer third world country or around the corner. No, it's sitting on your front door and it's knocking and asking you, can they come in?
Wow.
So we need to do something about what's going on with our kids in our community.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are the key risks? Now that you're saying it's right over our noses, and that people probably don't even understand some of the signs of someone that could be at risk, right? So what are the key risk factors and circumstances that make certain groups of youth more vulnerable to trafficking? And how can we address these underlying factors to prevent exploitation?
Well, the biggest one is, of course, runaways, homeless, our kids that's in the system. I don't like this word, throwaways, our kids that's coming out, LGBTQ communities. So most of the kids that we're working with are kids, something has happened somewhere to allow them to be vulnerable in the community.
And I know you don't like that word throwaways, but why do they call those kids throwaways?
They act like no one cares. Unfortunately, Justice House of Hope cares. We understand, and we hear their voices.
Yeah.
So the best way to get involved is to listen to them.
Absolutely.
So by listening to them,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and I used to say we had steps to be able to identify a victim. I no longer use that information.
Really?
No, because a victim could be right underneath your nose and you would not know the signs because they are groomed and they are tracked to make sure everything is okay. So I have to prevent someone knowing that I'm being trafficked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a normal day. Our kids go to school and still being trafficked.
Really?
Absolutely. Our kids go to school. We think our kids are getting an education Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They out on the streets. Monday, they're not going to school because they worked all weekend.
Wow.
So I like to take a look at, we have to take a look at our students, what's going on in school. I believe trafficking education needs to be a part of education in our school district.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely. So tell me more about Justice House of Hope. What kind of work do you do, and how are you intervening in these very difficult situations?
Let me shoot you this real quick. Justice House of Hope was put together by a strong young woman who was 12 years old. And she got
12?
She was 12. She got taken from her parents' home.
What?
So, yes. So,
How did that happen?
oh,
Let me
honey, let me tell you this story,
Tell,
okay?
please.
This wonderful child had 2 loving parents, and this individual was taking from going to a birthday party with the next door neighbors. So when I said check your neighbors, check your neighbors. You heard? So when a child is taken, she was taken
her house
from her home.
going to the next door neighbor's house.
She went to the next door neighbor's house to a birthday party. And when she got there, she noticed there were men there, and she had said to the girl that they were going to school with, "What are these these men are here for? Whatever. Oh, that's just my uncles. They're my titis. They're my kumines. So all that, aunt and uncles, what I just said. So all that was being done, and she was groomed from being taken from that particular place, from next door to her home, and was trafficked for 6 months, 26 days, 16 hours, and 6 minutes. And that girl got pregnant by her trafficker. So she had a child to that trafficker. And that girl is me. Wow. So when I say check your neighbors, look, listen, and learn from the kids' voices, a child's going to tell you what's going on. All you have to do is listen. And nowadays, our children are being sold to just pay rent. So the economic is getting higher, and there's not enough funding around, and a survivor is going to do what she or he has to do to get to whatever they need to do. A parent don't want their child to be out in the community under a tent, homeless. So a parent might do whatever she has to do or he has to do to make sure they're on the survival mode. That's sad that we have to say that. But Justice House of Hope, we have rescued individuals that has been trafficked. We have rescued individuals and taken them from one state to another state. I just came back yesterday from Pittsburgh, so bringing the trafficker to a safe place. But this work that we do with individuals that has been trafficked is something that is hard but necessary to know. To know information about what is trafficking. A lot of people think trafficking is just sex trafficking. That is not true. Really? It's absolutely not. There's labor trafficking. Females are not the only people that get trafficked. Wow. Our males get trafficked as well. We are groomed and we are taught not to tell what goes on. So you have to be quiet, and be in abuse to survive, and even to get something to eat. Everyone like Cash App. I can't stand Cash App at all. Why don't I like Cash App? Tell me. Our clients do not get that money, so how can they leave? Someone had enough nerve to ask me, well, why don't they leave? Well, how can you leave if you're forced, fraud, and you're coerced to do activities? And then if you're beating, stabbed, I happen to be that girl that was stabbed, beaten, I had a voice. And they didn't want me to have a voice. So I got sliced on my throat. So, because they didn't want me to have a voice. But today, I have a voice, and I will be the children's voice.
Woo! So, I know this is a heavy topic, but I just want to stop and say, I'm glad you're here. I thank the divine that you survived, so that you can help other people survive. That's an extremely important role, so thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So, can you highlight some of the collaborative efforts and partnerships between organizations, government agencies, and community leaders aimed at combating youth trafficking? And how can our viewers and listeners get involved to support these initiatives?
First, you have to know what's going on. You have to reach out to the community. You have to get involved. You work with other organizations to bring something different. Awareness is very important. I think that's the key. Working with law enforcement, I think they're doing overall a good job. Some of the traffickers don't want to report what's going on because they are being trafficked by someone they know. That could be in law enforcement, that could be a judge, that could be a caseworker, whatever. These things are happening. So working with other community by bringing awareness and collaborating together, and everyone get involved, we can stop this crime. This crime is the second highest crime. Drugs, of course, is the first, but human trafficking, labor trafficking is a $150 billion operation. So it's definitely the second crime in America. So we have to, get with our legislators, get with people that can make changes. Laws need to be changed. I'm so grateful the laws have been changed in certain areas. The victim is now not being charged for prostitution if they're being trafficked, so that's a good thing. But more needs to happen. We need to change the law that we need to have education in all school districts. We have a curriculum for education. No one has used our curriculum yet. Funding is the biggest part. Safe house is the biggest part. So we're looking for funding to be able to be that complete stop. So we don't have to take our children from our community somewhere else to get the help that they can receive here. And we offer those support services.
And how can we get in touch with you if folks want to volunteer or be a part of the work?
Great answer. Great question. My answer is look us up, Justice House of Hope. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Call us if you want sessions, and you can reach out to us, 717-208-4428. And their website is just as it says, justice@justicehouseofhope.org. We definitely would love to have volunteers to help and participate. We also work with the homeless. We work with other organizations because our kiddos are homeless. So we work with them as well. And some communities are getting involved and some communities are afraid. They call me the night walker because I walk the streets at night.
Yes, yes. Wow. Wow. Did y'all get something out of that? Yeah. Again, I want to say thank you for this work. Thank you for the work you're doing. And thank you for coming on the Black News Beat and talking to us. And I just want to give you your flowers. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
All right. Wow. Well, we have more to come. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to get my face together, honey, because that was a lot. That was heavy. She needs money. So donate. Hit them up. Justice House of Hope. Justice House of Hope. Facebook, Instagram, the internets, the interwebs. Hit them up. They need your help. And we'll be right back with our next guest.
Calling all members of the greater Harrisburg community. We need you. We would love for you to join the YPOC and become a part of our leadership team. Would you like to join our board and get great perks and access in the community? Think about it and let us know. We'd love for you to contact us as soon as possible if you are ready. You can email us at info@ypoc-hbg.org.
The interview with Justice Maddox, but we have another heavy hitter for you here. We have Miss Aisha Mobley here. Yeah. And it is my honor and pleasure. You were actually, we actually did an interview for the inauguration last year.
Yes, we did.
And so I got to know you a little bit there, and we've got to talk off and on since then. So tonight we're going to get into it. First of all, tell us about you. Tell us about you, first of all. Let's start with that.
Okay, so of course my name is Aisha Mobley. I wear many hats in the community. I am a community mobilization coordinator and outreach coordinator for Christian Churches United. In that role, I work with the street homeless. My role and goal is to get them housed and get them connected to resources. The other job I have is I'm the Harrisburg engagement leader for Breadcoin, which is food security with dignity for all. So that job feeds my other job. So I'm able to feed the folks with the tokens, the Breadcoins, so that they're able to eat what they want to eat. I'll tell you more about that. And then I also now do drug and alcohol counseling. I was doing that before I came to Christian Churches United. So now I went back because I found that the warm handoff, when I'm handing off my clients, our unhoused community members to other folks, they don't get it, they don't understand. So then they come back and they're not being received well, so then they can't get the counseling that they need. So I'm there to be that bridge of hope to help them with the counseling so that we don't have that, the drug addicts and the youth, the people that are dying. We see that, we just had that happen over the weekend. Yep. And so we're trying to prevent that.
18 people in Dauphin County.
Yes, 18, and so I'm there to do my part.
Absolutely, absolutely. So can you tell me more? Tell me more about your role as a community mobilization and outreach coordinator for Christian Churches United of the Tri-County Health Ministries. And what are the key initiatives and challenges you face in helping the unhoused community in Dauphin County?
Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. So
very packed questions.
So for Christian Churches United and Help Ministries, when I'm out there with the homeless, the unhoused, my first goal is to get them what I call the housing readiness goal. Everyone needs ID. You can't do anything in this county, in this city, anywhere without ID. So I'm going to meet them, develop rapport with them so that they'll trust me with their information, trust me with their story is really what they're trusting me with.
Yes.
So I'm able to give them things that they need to get them also to help trust me. So, so as they're trusting me, then I'm going to get a coordinated entry assessment. We call that the CES. The goal is to get them to give me that information, to get that put in the homeless management information system so that we can see what housing opportunities they may qualify for in our county. That's the goal. So if they may qualify for rapid rehousing that pays for their rent for up to 6 months to a year. They may qualify for, we heard about the voucher, right? The emergency housing voucher or the 811 voucher for people with disabilities. That is literally a golden ticket. It will pay their rent for the rest of their lives if they don't have a job, right? So it's able to pay their rent. If they have Social Security or any small income, then it pays 70% of their rent, and then they only pay 30%. Wow. So that is the golden ticket. Then, of course, connecting them to a landlord that will take that voucher. Connecting them to a landlord that we can help them get housed with through the rapid rehousing, through the rental assistance program. That's the RAP application. That's the other way we get people connected so they can get their first month's rent paid or back rent paid or their security deposit paid. We're really trying to get folks moved in. We have revamped that process. In the past 3 months, we gave out 200 applications in 1 day. And then we weren't able to give out any more for the rest of the month.
And that's such a great point to land on. There's this perception in the wider community that some unhoused people do not want to be housed. Can you talk to us about that? And
live from the pits of hell. Everyone wants to be housed. Now, I want to tell you, there might be like, in the percentage, 1%. There is 1% of the population that is out there that want to be out there. They have decided, and it's really from being beat down. It's really from being discouraged from all of the hurt and the pain, not being able to make ends meet, and those cold hands from other providers that hurt them. So those are the folks that have hunkered in. There's a gentleman out there with the sun that's up to get the sun. The power, solar. He has solar panels. He has a generator. That's somebody that's hunkered in and wants to stay. Yeah. Everybody else really wants to get out of there. Yeah. They want housing, but they want to be treated right. And that is what will make a person decide to stay. Absolutely. Unhoused, because they're afraid they're going to be rejected and mistreated, or that they're not going to be able to maintain the housing.
Absolutely right. So last question is, you mentioned being vice president of the Harrisburg Community Black Think Tank in your submission and giving a report at the TMAG event. Could you tell us about that event and what's going to be coming up there?
Yes, so that is the September 23rd, this coming Saturday. That is Talk Minority Group magazine. So they contact Talk Minority. So they come here and they bring people of color from across the state, mayors, state representatives. Yes. Yeah. And so they're going to be here, and it is the Asian, it's the African American, Asian, Pacific Islander, Latino round table. Yes. That's what it is. So I will be giving the report out for Harrisburg. Wonderful. And the things that we have been doing in the area for people of color in Harrisburg. And
yours truly will be hosting the education panel.
Yes, she will. Now, something yours truly over here did not tell you, my first donor, when I started my job at Christian Churches United, is yours truly. We made the cover of the newsletter, and she was giving me masks to give out during COVID. So, yes.
I forgot about that. Yes. And shout out to Rachel Hadrick, who helped us get those masks and get all that together as well. That's really awesome. This is the community be communitying. Okay, yes. So we have more to discuss here. We have some beautiful photos that I want you to tell us about. So let's talk about this. Let me get this out of the way a little bit. Lord, I'm gonna knock something over. Anyway, just pick one up.
Okay, so right here,
Anyway,
I
Laura,
actually
leave it
know
there.
his name, this gentleman here. I won't say his name, but I know him. This person is a veteran who has been unhoused, then housed. Again, and also is that cycle we talk about of using and being mistreated. So that will drive a person back to the streets. So these steps are right at Market Square Presbyterian Church. I actually have a satellite office. Christian Churches United has a satellite office there. So I could come right outside. I call this the front porch. They will lay right outside on the steps, right on the pavement, so I'm able to service folks right there to get them housed. This gentleman here shows you the anguish, shows you what it really kind of feels like to be out there. And if you notice, I don't have pictures of women. Although, yes, there are many women out there. Men outnumber the women 5 to 1.
Wow.
For women that are for the homelessness.
Wow.
So that's why I end up having these pictures more than I have women that are vulnerable. The women that are out there, you already heard from Justice. She and I have teamed up together to take to the streets together to bring in the folks. So the women that are out there, unfortunately, typically get trafficked. So when we're giving them the food, we're giving them gifts and like, hurry up, here you go, call me. Because we don't want them to get beat up and in trouble after they talk to us when we leave, because that will happen.
Wow.
So we're sneaking them food, we're sliding, we're doing hand signals, eye signals, like
Everything.
over here, come over here. I have some food over here in my car. Why don't you come over here and look at this in the car? So any way we can get them away from the trafficker to give them resources, give them information. We're doing it every step of the way. And I'm out there all the time. We're not out
Literally
there
ran
like,
into you on the street the other day.
you sure did.
Yeah.
After 5 o'clock.
Yep.
That's when I'm out there. I go during the day and I come back out again after 5 when all of the businesses close. That's when the needs go up. So that's when we're out
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. So, yeah, this is big work. This is big work.
It is.
So I know you wanted to give a shout out to the photographer.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Her name is Kim Love. Okay? Yes.
Shout out to Kim.
Hopefully, you'll get to see more from Kim. We were able to get her to come to the Greenbelt encampment before our folks were displaced from there.
Yep.
We've also taken pictures from under Mulberry Street Bridge before
Yeah.
they were displaced from there. I just want you to understand, our folks keep getting othered. Move
Wow.
over here, move over there.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. We are number 2. Harrisburg City is number 2 in the country. We're the hardest city to find housing. We are number 2. 50 states, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, we're number 2. They've been doing that study since 2021, and ever since they've done this study, we have ranked in the top 5.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yes. We have police officers, lawyers, doctors living in hotels, along with our other unhoused people, the other group of people that don't have housing, that are staying in hotel, paying $1,200 to $1,500 a month in hotel with their children.
So, okay, we're coming up to the end of our time together, sadly, because, we got so many things to cover.
Yes.
But I want you to give a call of action to the people, just like Justice did. How can people get in contact? What can they be doing? And what do you want them to know?
Okay, what can you do? You can connect with us. You can donate your time and your money. That's what we really need, a lot of your time and your money.
Period.
Bodies on the scene. So www.ccuhbg.org, that's for Christian Churches United. For the bread coin, it is www.breadcoin.org. So when you donate $10 feeds a person. They get to go to a restaurant of their choosing that accepts bread coin. Taco Amigos, Palumbo's, Jazzy's Good Eats, Isabel's, just to name a few. They can go on their own with their choice. We give them 4 bread coins, and they can get a full meal. I have 3 restaurants even in the Broad Street Market.
Nice.
So, yes.
Wow. Well, I just want to say, since I've met you, you've been doing amazing work. And it's not just impressive, it is an honor, and it is just wondrous to watch you serve the way you do. And we can all, that's right, keeping people safe and making sure that we all know the issue and doing it with such love and humility. We love you for that. We love you. We really do. Thank you. So give her one more round of applause, y'all. That was amazing. Thank you. Well, I don't want to leave here, but we do have one more guest that we got to get to. Did I forget something? I see it on your face. Okay, no. All right. Yeah, I know. It's been, yeah. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll be
for having
right
me.
back with our next guest. We'll be right back.
Fuck with me, I'm Mr. Monfleur. If y'all don't know me, y'all will. Toss the fuck out of me on that. Mr. Monfleur said fuck up to me. Y'all know him? Yeah. Y'all know him there, huh? Yo, that's the fuck right. Hey, yo. Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but this has been quite the show. But we have one more guest. Leslie Avila's here.
Thank you for being at the Latino show of Harrisburg. Who we got in the house tonight? ¿Quién están aquí? Estamos, okay. Perú, Colombia, República Dominicana. Dale.
We might have to give her her own spot on the show. I feel like that's what's happening.
Welcome to the show, Kimeka.
Thank you so much. I will be a guest now. Okay. First of all, you're a dynamic person overall, so you got to tell us what you do. You got to big up yourself and everything that you've been doing. You have been just a light to me. So go ahead, tell us about. First, wait. Before you do that, this is how I met Leslie. I was freaking out about something, I'm sure, and why am I blanking on her name? Because I talk to her every 5 minutes. But anyway, I know exactly how we met. So Elise was like, I forget what happened, Elise. Something happened. And she was like, well, you need to go see Leslie. And I was like, what was it? Trauma in the community. Oh, when the police did the thing. That's right. And so I was just in a terrible place for a long, long time. And I remember going to Leslie and getting it was a massage, but it was more than that. It was just this realignment of my personhood and my mind and the energies. And ever since then, I've been like, Leslie is the one. She really is. And the work that Leslie does in the community, I cannot explain to you how she's touched me, and then coming on board with Juneteenth HBG this year, how she's touched many other people, and just seeing the work she does and understanding more about her has been a pleasure. Just one more time, Leslie. All right, now that I've done all that, how you doing?
I'm good. I feel honored to be here and blessed. Thank you.
I mean, you're blessed with or without being here, and it's a blessing.
That eyeshadow though, like,
okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, girl, I put on a highlighter today.
I saw.
Okay, and I was trying to, and plus I have a tan from when I went to see my mom, so like it's all working.
Al pereo.
Period.
But thank you for reminding me of the way we met.
Yeah.
I'm Leslie. For those who don't know me, I am a wellness provider in Harrisburg. That's one of the many hats that I wear. I'm a community organizer. I'm a creative. I'm an artist. And I'm a writer. And I'm a fun person to be around.
Very fun person.
Yeah, I do cool things in the community,
Absolutely.
man. I don't like to live in a boring world. My company's name is Delightful Company because I want your life to be delightful. And so I am here to make the world a delightful place. And it's delightful with 2 L's. And through Delightful Company, we create events, we sell products, and we have services as well, like Kimeka received from me 4 years ago.
Good Lord. Time is going crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So, so you've done so much in the community, but we want to talk about your focus on challenging societal norms, right? Because you like to challenge the way things are done. And you also, since it is Hispanic Heritage Month, you also talk about in your work the challenging social norms and the impact of assimilation on young Latino Americans.
Yeah.
So what conversations do you hope to spark among your readers? Because I hear you're doing a little book project. I heard about that too. And within the broader community, in our current cultural climate, especially when we're talking about immigration, especially when we're talking about how we treat Latinos, particularly here in Harrisburg, what kind of conversations do you want to spark around these topics that'll help us as a community, one, come together, and this is a long question, I know.
It's like three questions in one.
Yeah, it's a million. So basically the question is, what conversations do you want to spark around this kind of like climate that we're living in right now?
Yeah, so I'll touch upon two things. One, my first book is being published within the next 2 months. So it's
Wow.
supposed to be,
And an author.
yes.
Wow.
Yes. And so, I really love to talk about the intersectionality, one of my favorite words, of being a bisexual young Latina woman born in America, come from Ecuador, here, and growing up in Harrisburg, and what that means for a Latina American, and where you end up losing your culture and losing who you are. And you really can't blame anybody. You can't blame your parents, because they came as immigrants to have a better life in America, assimilated for survival, and I'm over here, don't fit over here, too dark for the white folk, too English for my Spanish family, and so I'm like not fitting in anywhere, and really like trying to find my way in America as a young Latina woman. Like, what does that look like for us? So I hope to spark the conversation between people that, being Latina doesn't look one sort of way. It doesn't, even getting dressed today, I asked my girlfriend, my partner, I was like, do I look Ecuadorian? She's like,
Yeah.
I swear,
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah.
ingrained. She's like, what does that mean?
Yes.
I was like, you're right, thank you.
You do.
It's the nose, it doesn't go away. This is in me. No, really.
Yeah,
And so,
I love your outfit. It is amazing. You look great. And so I love this conversation you're bringing up about what it means to be Latina in this climate, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we know, being Latina American, like being a Latin American woman in this climate is, or just a person, is the advent of Spanglish, right?
Yes.
Right? So in a world where Spanglish is becoming increasingly prevalent, how do you see it evolving as a unique form of expression, and what role does it play in the identity of young Latino Americans?
Yes, so the first time I met Luz, the founder of Tampu Project, one of the co-founders, which I will be explaining in a second, the first thing I said to her, I said, listen, I speak Spanglish. I looked at her with the straightest face, because she is a mainly Spanish speaker, understands and speaks English amazingly, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew at that table, like, I speak a lot of words in Spanish and I speak a lot of words of English, and I want to normalize that. We are all Spanglish, like people that are Latino Americans, we're all Spanglish speakers. There's one weird ass word that you don't remember in English and you only know in Spanish. And there's like a sentence that you're like, I can only say this in English. It can't come out in Spanish, even if I'm talking to my mom, who's primarily a Spanish speaker. And so really to just normalize and accept that about ourselves and not beat ourselves up and judge ourselves. Like, I am a Spanglish speaker. I am a Latina American woman. I grew up and was born in America, but I am Ecuadorian till I die. I'm roots. My roots are in the Andes Mountains. My roots are in Ecuador. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be talking about Spanglish.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And okay. So rolling right along into your next, the thing you were just talking about, and as the Tampu Project, first tell us what that is. So Tampu Project is going to be expanding in Central Pennsylvania. Tell us what that is first.
Yeah, so Tampu Project is a multiple impact nonprofit that was co-founded by Luz and Ivan. They're in our audience. Woo! One of my closest friends. It was founded in New York, and it is opening up a Pennsylvania chapter. Our multiple impacts is environmental, social, and economic. And really, what Tampu Project is trying to do is to support people in returning back to ancestral wisdom, ancestral science, and ancestral culture. Specifically, we work through the perspective of Andean cosmovision. Some of you heard me say Andes Mountains. The Andes Mountains runs through South America, Central America, and into the Caribbean. And so the Andes Mountains and the Andean region, you can call as the Andean people. There's a specific way of life, a perspective, belief systems, and that is the Andean cosmovision. And so we're expanding to Pennsylvania to really spread the wealth of wisdom and knowledge that can be looked through the Andean Cosmovision to support environmental projects that we want to expand, social impacts and well-being for the individual and society, and also introduce circular economy into this individualized, separated world.
Wow. I love this. So as the project expands, I mean, that sounded real good, okay? It sounds so good. So as the project expands, how do you all, the team, plan to engage and collaborate with the local community to address contemporary challenges and promote the well-being of both Latino and non-Latino residents in the area? And what can the audience here at Black NewsBeat expect, particularly because this is a 75% Black and Hispanic city?
Yes, yeah. So, woo! My two biggest pathways, and I've been, asking myself this too, because a lot of Hispanic American people, like I said, they're assimilating. And so a lot of Hispanic people here are assimilating, and so to talk about indigenous culture, to talk about ancestry, it's hard to touch on those subjects because they just care about the money, which is perfect. We need to have money. They care about their business. They want to grow their business. And so I'm like, well, then let's introduce the circular economy. Let's bring us back to our ancestral ways of making money, but making money responsibly, socially responsibly, and community-focused responsibly.
Love that.
And then also in regards to my Black community and my Black friends is bringing us all back to our ancestral roots.
Love it.
Just because I am from the Andes Mountains doesn't mean that we don't connect with our ancestral indigenous roots. Indigenous people are people who connect with the earth. People who have a connection to the universe. Doesn't matter what region you're from. I could be from South America. I could be from Ghana. I could be from Cameroon. I could be from Australia. It doesn't matter where I am from. I could be from the United States. So we all have these ancestral indigenous wisdom, and it can just better our lives. So if learning about Andean Cosmovision, which I didn't even was able to connect to until I met really good friends, if connecting with Andean Cosmovision sparks something in somebody like, wait, where do I come from? Yes. What are my roots? Where are my people from? And what did they live like? And what did they do? And so really we want to spark that question in all of us. So that it can empower your identity. Where do you come from? Why do we do the things we do? Why did I say some Spanish words that no other Spanish country says? It's because it came from my native tongue, Quechua, which I didn't even know. And so some of those things are ingrained in us, and we don't know why we do the things we do. And when we find our roots, we can really say, oh, I now understand why my family is this way, why I think this way, or why I'm getting this nudge or this spark or this feeling to do something.
I love that. Well, we got to move right along. But before we move right along, call to action. What should our viewers know, and how can they get involved in the work that you're doing?
The easiest way is to sign up for the delightful newsletter. Once or twice a month. We do not spam news. I hate spam with all my life. Not even once a week, because it's not that much to say right now. We're not there yet. Once or twice a month, we send an email newsletter or a text newsletter out. You can opt in for either one about all the things that we're doing. We're connected with Tapu Project. We're connected with young professionals of color. We're connected with all these other local businesses. We're connected with culture and commerce, La Cultura, Black, by La Cultura. Yes. So sign up for that newsletter, and you can find that newsletter at Delight is Full, because delightful is full. Period. Full of food, yes. Full of nourished, full of life, full of color, whatever. So delightIsfull.com, and you could join the newsletter, and that's the easiest way to make sure that you're up to date, because not all of us scroll on Instagram, so I can tell you to follow my Instagram, which is Delight is Full, but if you want that directly in your inbox, Delightful Newsletter is the best way. Thank
Wonderful.
you, Kimeka.
Oh my goodness. Leslie Avila. Well, we have one more amazing thing for you. We have a wonderful musical number. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We'll be right back after this little commercial break. We got to get the stage all together. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Are you looking to broaden your skills in digital media creation? Are you looking to be a part of a great team? Well, we need you. The Black News Beat will be trying to fill various positions to help make our show a great success. We'll be looking for tech assistants to help on set. We'll be looking for writers to help write the show every single episode. Also need digital media assistants. Absolutely need some live audience coordinator. We'd love to open up these opportunities to high school and college students. We'd love for you to intern with us and learn more about the business and get your feet wet with a great company at Open Stage. So if you're interested, please let us know. We'll be taking applications via email. You can email us at Kimeka@kimeka.org. That's KIMEKA @KIMEKA.org. Hope to see you on the set soon.
Here at Open Stage, I want to welcome Loe Badgett, Sir Dominique Jordan, and Swamp
Rat. Check. What's going on, good people? First off, I'm honored to be here. My name is Sir Dominique Jordan. I represent Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I love Harrisburg. You always show me love out here. First off, could we clap it up for the phenomenal host in this amazing show? Woo, woo. All these incredible community shapers out here. Before we get busy and give y'all this number, I'm going to need some motivation from the crowd because we got some good energy in here, right? This thing that I like to do, right? I like to call it artivism, right? I like to inspire people through my creative expression and push other people to become the best version of themselves. So obviously that ain't easy work. Filling up my cup on a regular basis is the only way I can keep this thing going. For the people that do the work, obviously y'all know what I'm talking about. Affirmations are the way to go for me, for my two sons. So I'm gonna need y'all to repeat after me. I can. I will. But when? Right now. Remember that. Let's go, Swamp Rat. That's right. That's right. Yo. The safest country in the world, dog, it's all a facade. The water is rotten, they bottle up our trauma, we buy it, cause we deny a disconnection to the mother supreme. Without the beloved queen, any other perceptions obscene. Never was a Bill Nye, you know a science type of guy, but I can literally smell the difference every time I'm outside. Hope my kids can run and play in the future springtime. In the meanwhile, they preach how we want justice and peace. Plus to say the least, cause we ain't mustered up courage, at least enough to protect the ground. We gotta live and walk on the hawthorn, cause we won't never be free. It won't protect the planet Earth, not you and I, but for we. Cause I can, and I will, but when, right now, I said, but you can, and you will, but when, right now, and we can, and we will, but when, right now, so we can, and we will, but when, right now. My name is Sir Dominique Jordan. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Swamp Rat, we done? Nah, we ain't done. Let's go. Hey, yo, hey. I got one more for y'all. Can I do one more?
Talk to him.
Hey, yo. All our lives we've been trying to find our niche, being evasive in a space, we're just searching for some bliss. Mother Nature doesn't switch, she's full of biodiversity, and when she faces adversity, you'll just notice how worthy see. When conditions degrade, naturally should react. Just like when people switch up, we must learn to adapt, and I'm game for that, even got a name for that. Some may call me Coach Dom, some may think I'm lame for that, but that's a misconception. Keep an eye out for those vultures. Pray for all my students to be proud about their culture. So if you need a shoulder or an ear to hear you out, trust I got you every time, just so you know what I'm about. One more time. I can, I will, but when? Right now. Say you can, you will, but when? Right now. Say we can, and we will, but when? Right now. Say we can, and we will, but when? Right now. Sir Dominique Jordan, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I got my good brother Loe Badgett coming up here next, representing Harrisburg. Clap it up for Loe Badgett one time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look, I am a pretty good talker, right? But I think we should get right into it, and then I could save that to the end because I love what my brother just did, right? So look, I got a nice verse for you real quick. I said, look, life is a chess game. I live in the express lane. Water with my cereal the night before the checks came. Motor with material, a soldier can only get claim. You folded in the interview, the only closure you get's pain. I'm not the kids the right way, I hope you doing the same. Look, you know my actions is timeless. Killing your highness with kindness, smoking the finest with dime chicks. My rhymes kick past a mortal level, torture rebels for these scorching bezels and imported pebbles like deported devils. From a horror special, riding vessels to the rescue. A dragon assassin, stab me your manner for money lacking. I'm dummy smacking you bummy captains with crummy tactics, slapping your honey's asses with grabbing the money faster and master. I captured the laughter of actors and pastors. My prayer disaster, my path lay faster than the average lacker. The saddest slacker with a taller stature than the wrong rapper, your baddest rapper. And I'm the kamikaze jap of rap, cause I'm that slick talking, big ballin', hawk walking mother beast you was never stalking. Loe Badgett, look. So look, I gotta end it with this right here. When I say Loe, my man wanted to do this, but I had to do it. When I say Loe, I need y'all to say Badgett. All right, can y'all do that with me? Y'all do that? Can y'all do that with me? All right, Loe Badgett, Loe Badgett, Loe Badgett. Yeah, that sounds a lot better than Loe Badgett, right? Yeah, that's what they usually call me, a piece of French bread. That's not me. So look, let me drop a couple drews before I get out of here. Like I said, my name is Loe Badgett. You can find me on all socials across the board as Loe Badgett. That's LoeBadgett. September 30th, we are at Narcisse Theater. This show is brought to you by my man Swan Rat right here. Sheesh. Yes, we're going to have some phenomenal MCs. This was just a little taste of what we're going to be doing on that day. I'm also going to be rocking with the legendary EPMD December 9th at Club XL or XL Live. So please get tickets for both. Step out for both, and let's have fun. Harrisburg, I love y'all, and thank you to the phenomenal host and everyone else that puts this together. This is dope. Thank y'all for having me. I'm out. Love.
I don't even know what to say. I'm not even gonna, usually I send folks to hell at the end of the show. We ain't gotta even send anybody to hell. We can just go home. It's been an amazing night. I want to say thank you to this amazing audience. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you to our amazing guests. You guys are amazing. And as I say at the end of the show, if nobody does it for you, big up yourself. All right? You are amazing. You is kind, you is smart, you is important, all that. But most of all, we need you here in the community doing the good work. We need you here. We need our friends that we just heard from here. We need our hosts, and we need each of you in this community giving what you can give to contribute to make our community a better place. Thank y'all. And I'll see you next Wednesday. We got another show here at Open Stage. Good night.
You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically